What's up, y'all? How's it bloody hanging? So, I want to talk about an issue, or more so a concept that I believe has been misconstrued over the years, and that is the idea of a relapse. Because I've seen the effects of relapses in people, and it seems like, if anything, they just create more guilt and reasons to use than anything else, you know? Like, really, like, I don't know if you've ever met someone who's been in AA or whatever. You know, people who count the days since they stopped using, and then they relapse, and they feel this tremendous shame. And I've known people in these programs, especially when I was living in these institutions as a teenager, and I saw them just crippled by guilt. And that would just start this vicious cycle where they would use again, feel guilty again, use again, feel guilty again. So I think it's an antiquated idea, and it comes from AA, which is something that is being misused today, anyways, because it's supposed to be done in conjugate with LSD. Now, which it makes a lot more sense in that context, but relapses, I think it's something that is an idea sort of propagated and proliferated by like treatment centers and stuff like that, because there's a lot of money in treatment centers. It's a very big market, and they want that cycle. They want people on methadone and stuff, or Suboxone, so those individual cycles will go, like with Suboxone, I've said this before, it's, people use, and then they do Suboxone, go into precipitated withdrawal, have to use fentanyl to get out of it, and round and around and around we go. Methadone, it's, people will get to use, and then come back and take their methadone and feel fine. So it is all just perpetuating use at the end of it all. Like, I had a minor relapse lately, relapse, in that I, on 420, was so stressed out because it was so busy, and like every 5 seconds, or every fifth person, which is, there was a person coming by our little booth every second, someone would just come up with a camera in our face. And like one guy, and he works at the mushroom dispensary. Everyone hates him at the mushroom dispensary. I've watched one of the workers there like tell him to fuck off, or no, tell him to shut the fuck up, or no, he's like, I don't care, you know, person's name, just shut the fuck up already. And he was doing like a CTV or interview or something, like right in front of where we were like selling psychedelics and shit. And I had to be like, dude, can you just like move like 2 feet over that way? And he was just like, it was this great air of self-importance. Oh, well, I'm trying to get a message through to the media. And I'm like, okay, great. You can also do that over there where you're not, recording us committing felonies. Thank you, sir. And the funny thing is, my boss has pretty much the same credentials that, Dana Larson does, the guy who runs the mushroom dispensary. And I actually almost, I applied for jobs there, and I'm glad they didn't hire me, because I frankly think they're ripping people off, and I think the people there like lead other people on. Like, I won't get into that. I can get into that another day, but I don't know. And there's also just like a lot of old creeps in the cannabis culture in Vancouver. Mark Emery was well known to like hit on my like 15-year-old friends as a teenager. I could go on, but some of this is hearsay, so I don't want to say anything that is not concrete. I've heard enough from my friends about Emery, so I could say that, not de facto, but with more certainty than any other things I've heard. But that's not why the point I'm making. That's not the point I'm making here. So, apologies for the digression, but yeah, my relapse was I had bought a pack of cigarettes. This is the first time I had any cravings for cigarettes in 6 months. But because it was 420 and it was a clusterfuck, I had to get a pack of smokes. And I got a pack of, I believe, Benson Hedges Blacks, which you don't have in the States, so poor you, unfortunately. But I mean, you have way better cigarettes than us anyways, so, and way cheaper cigarettes, so it's definitely more in your favor. But yeah, I just chain smoke. They're like the golds, but like stronger. Like they don't have the perforated filter and everything. And so yeah, I just chain smoked that pack through the whole goddamn day. But you know what? I didn't hold myself guilty to it because I was like, you know what? My mouth tastes like an ashtray now. This reminds me of why I don't smoke and why I use this instead. Because, like, even people who don't smoke around me, like, when I'm blowing huge clouds, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to blow that in your face. Like, because I try to blow it away from people. They're always like, it's okay. I actually like the smell of it. And you can't say the same with secondhand smoke, right? Plus, a hell of a lot less dangerous than secondhand smoke. But, the way I choose to frame relapses is, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I do? What can I glean from the situation and use to ensure that I don't make the same mistake again, So this is no longer a stumbling block in my life. And, like in this context of the example I gave you, I thought I'm just going to buy snus packets because they have a lot of nicotine in them and, they don't make you goober like chew, so I can just use it and not look totally disgusting in the process. But yeah, I expressed before that I don't count the days because I think you're just setting yourself up for disappointment that way because, no one is ever immune to like a relapse on hard drugs, not even me. Even though I fail to see any value in wanting to do them, I still act like it's possible and it could happen. But no, I've had nothing to do with needles for a long time. Even intramuscular ketamine I stopped doing a long time ago. Well, I mean, like a month ago anyways. So, getting there. But, yeah. Anyways, I think, yeah, you should comb what you did honestly, learn, and use that as a way to strengthen yourself, insulate yourself with the newfound knowledge, and don't discard accountability for your actions, but certainly take responsibility, incur the consequences, and do so without complaining about it or anything, without victimizing yourself in the process, and use it to strengthen yourself as a soldier fighting against the demon that is addiction. Metaphorically speaking, of course. But anyways, that's all I have to say on that. Please subscribe, comment, and like. I will very, very happily give you one of these for that.